Yeah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This is your brother Ram Yahawada with the lesson. And I wanted to just show you, I was going through this thing and, just end up scrolling and you just see how bugged out Jake is all over the world, man. Like all over this internet. Here's Jake. Look.
Thank you, guys.
Look at this. Where was that other?
Man. Says, behold, the angel was enkindled at my home. My home is a home of temptation and war. That is my home. My home, I live in war. I wake up and sleep in war. I cannot.
You at Diddy Glover's free. Diddy Glover kept me a shit.
Right after that Sunday, they going to these expensive restaurants. Jamila using the tithes and offerings to buy shots for the people to get drunk. But yet she the pastor of the nation. How is it that the pastor of the nation, inside of a storefront building, begging people for money, selling scripture, and then right after, y'all go to Ruth Chris, and y'all sitting up there, Jamila, the so-called pastor, is using the tithes and offerings to buy shots. You buying shots. You buying the people liquor shots. Y'all getting drunk off the tithes and offerings. Again, I say, that fake pastor Jamila, she jobless, but y'all buy scripture every day. These people going out, they working their butt off. They working their butt off. Y'all working y'all butt off to try to live a life for y'all children, but yet and still y'all giving Jamila y'all money. Y'all buying scripture from Jamila, and Jamila do whatever she want to do.
Right. It was
like doesn't be
Planning, I was saying.
That might have went on.
For his website.
He's sleepy.
I think it went off. It had fucking
taking that one because you.
Northern Kingdom.
The screen like a lot to show our gratitude.
Text.
Bad boy.
Look into this new frontier stream.
Hey,
Surgery. Survived the surgery. Yeah, I'm back. And the doctor wants me to go slower. But I'm grateful to God for His goodness and I'm grateful for God's faithfulness. I'm grateful.
Right.
Next clip. Like the video. Next clip.
Keep the faith and keep the courage and keep the strength and keep on going forward. And I didn't want you to be worried about me. I'm trying to be obedient to what the doctor said do in terms of just taking a few weeks to just heal and recover and relax and just reflect. And it's good. It's good. But I'm in good spirits. I feel good. I'm in no pain. I'm in peace and tranquility. And
See, Jake bugged out. She got a so-called black woman. She's preaching, reading the Bible on the internet. She calling out some of them fake pastors, and which is true. They up there, taking the tithe money and buying shots at a restaurant with the tithe money and buying food. That's crazy, right? But and then here we go. There was another one with freaking it must have went off, but it had the brothers down, not brothers, but what's meant to be Israelites down in Brazil. I was trying to get back to it, but I guess they must have cut it off. They were at like a church thing, dancing and stuff. But by the time I guess I hit record, it was gone. But you had, and they had the Brazilian flag behind it. They was out there in the church thing. They were dancing. So, Jake is all bugged out, man. Right? The truth is going out throughout the internet, and they're praising this devil with this fake ass fucking fate that he had. Right? So, just wanted to go through that real quick. Yeah, see, and you got this right here. You got, this is, Israelites down in Brazil basically doing this thing like a religious thing, right? They're using this like almost like a religious phase, right? You got this dude, which, your health is important, but, these are one of these dudes that don't.
Right now, we're just running a preliminary run, and we're just for people that buy the ebook first, and then if they want to buy the coaching, they'll buy that because we want to make that we're working out the kinks. So once we make sure.
Yeah, see, everything at the end of the day, trying to help Jake so-called get the health right, but everything's about money. Oh, yeah, I got this book. I'll be able to sell this book, and I'll show you how to get healthy, blah, 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 blah. All this stuff is about making money. The dude don't believe in God because all of a sudden, because he could use the herbs and heal his body and have good skin and this and that, but you forget the person, not the person, but the being, the power, the spirit that allows you to live, man. The Yahweh still is the father of spirits, man. Right?
All right, man. So I'm gonna end the live like this because I gotta call it. We gotta get on in 10 minutes. Gotta go to lose weight, right?
Right.
I highly encourage you to love yourself more than the love that you have for the way food tastes. If you gotta go to lose weight, I highly encourage you care about yourself more than how much you care about the way food tastes. Because when I think about it like that,
right? See, which is good advice, right? But this whole thing is behind money, and now there is no God. Only your God, because you could put some herbs together and maybe put a little healing towards an element or whatever. But really, ultimately, everything comes from the Most High, Yahweh, right? Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakadash, right? Yeah. So as you can see, showed you a couple little videos, little things, which I was scrolling through. I don't know how I got on that, but it was, it's like one of those little things where the short, when you go on YouTube, they have those little shorts and you click on it, but somehow where I clicked on it was all these were all live. So this was all going on live. It had all these different, lines of things, so-called, of course, that so-called black woman teaching, knowing the scripture. She says she believes in God and she's a really godly woman. But then the scriptures teach that she's not supposed to teach, right? You mean? Not unless she's teaching to women, just in general, women, young little girls, she could teach that, right? But she got this thing on an open forum. She's not declaring, at least in an open forum, hey, this is strictly for women. She should have did that, right? So that her lessons will be directly towards the women. And then, are you really talking to women about things that's necessary that women need to know? Most likely not, right? Because you're out of order. You got the other Christian church. I don't know if they were Ham or Jake's, because it sounded like they were, I don't know, something they had a so-called like a, accent or something. But they was up there praising God, this and that, praising to goddamn JC or something, most likely. You got the dude who's he's like this health guru type thing with a with a dread in his head that's wrapped around, look like a goddamn beehive or something. When she's saying good things, the lady said some good point things, and that's the thing as Israel, it tells you about how Israel sometimes is a law unto himself, you know what I mean? Sometimes. right? There's some things you say good. There's some things you do good, but the whole thing is Israel in itself is not attaining what they're seeking for, man. But in this place, right, America, right, Babylon the Great, which is another way, Babylon, that great city, and that great city of Babylon, right, that mystery city, Babylon, is also known as what? The city of confusion, right? So Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10, the city of confusion, which is basically going into Babylon. Babal, meaning confusion, right, is broken down, right? So this whole place is broken down. You got the Democrats, the Republicans, you got the so-called white against black, which that's a social construct that was made up, right? There's no such thing as white people. There's no such thing as black people. There's such thing as nationalities according to the Bible, going back to your father's lineage, right? And the self-proclaimed so-called white people of today, their lineage goes back to Esau or Edom, right? They're the Edomites. And you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, right? Your lineage goes back to Jacob, which was later turned to Israel, which in the Hebrew mean Yasha Allah, right? He, prince of God, or he, prince of power. So ultimately, that's who we are, man. We're the princes of the power. But in this place, you're so under a vibration of confusion. It leaves you all broken down, man. And the ghettos, the vadios, and the reservation, right? Yeah, so this is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, what then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, right? So you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, you Israelites around the world, right? This place, not only is it Babylon the Great, the city of confusion, there's confusion throughout the whole entire world, right? You have, like I said, you have a thing with Vladimir Putin displaying his archives of super ancient relics that prove that the Israelites are so-called black people, that who they call, JC, or their power, right? He himself is a so-called black man, but it hasn't changed anything of how they treat us, right? They haven't all of a sudden said, you know what, we're wrong. We stole everything. Let's give it back. No, they're going on and worried about Donald Trump getting back in office, hoping that they can have their piece of the pie, so to speak. Right? Right? While selling you a goddamn a dream, a lie, a pipe dream, right? While everything is going on, right? People are going to and fro. Talks about nuclear missiles. World War III is constantly in the news. Constantly in the news is talking about the micro C-HIP, right? As if this is not coming to fruition. So you're not truly, you're not truly seeking, because the answers is out there, right? For but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, right? And I like this one right here, the NLT. It says, so this is the situation. Most of the people of Israel have not found the favor of the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. They are looking for. So, you got all these people, God, she's trying to find God. She's trying to do something to serve God. But the whole thing is the power, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, the Most High. He didn't ask a woman to teach like that. All he asks you to do is actually take care of your husband. If you are to teach, you're supposed to teach young women how to love their husbands and take care of their children. See how everything circles around what the Lord says about what a woman's supposed to do. It circles around taking care of her husband and her children. And that's it. It's all the Lord ever asks you to do. And if you are to teach, you're supposed to teach young women to love their husbands and love their children. And that's it. That's all the Lord is requiring a woman to do. But instead, you got these women all on the internet trying to teach the Bible. Then you got these other people in there with women and men in church and singing and dancing and doing all this other madness. You got you got Brazilian doing the capoeira or whatever it's called. Almost like as a religious thing. They're clapping and chanting almost like religiously. And this is Israel all around the world, just doing all sorts of manner of madness, all manner of confusion, man. Right? You got a guy on teaching about health and stuff. Yeah, it's good, but the health only profiteth it profiteth some, but the main thing is what? Danger is coming, right? The stock market's going to crash, right? race wars, riots, pestilence, and ultimately the ICBM missiles for the cherry on top, as I always like to say, because that's the end game, man. That's what more thing we should be concerned about. The scriptures talk about having a holy conversation, right? And that's a tidbit of a holy conversation about health, because it's part of the doctrine in the scriptures about having health. But that's minuscule compared to the overall saving of your soul, right? So it says, the Israel have not found the favor with the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kadash. They are looking for so earnestly, right? Looking hard. You're waking up every day. You're spending your time. You're doing these things. You're trying to read the Bible, but that's not a woman's job. The Lord said in the scriptures, the Bible you're trying to read said, "Suffer not a woman to teach. Suffer not a woman to try to exhort authority over a man." That's if you're a true believer in the Bible as a woman, you're never try to make it like you got authority over a man. That's what the Bible says. And even the Bible says if you don't do that, you're making the Bible a liar if you don't do it. Right? So what are you doing? Right? A bunch of confusion. Right? And it says that they are looking for so earnestly, a few have the ones the Most High Yahweh has chosen, which goes into the elect. Right? Chosen means to be the elect. But the hearts of the rest were hardened, right? Blinded. Your heart or blinded or hardened, right? Because the truth is out there. Like Apostle Hart said, this has been out there. He's been on the YouTube for about 18 years or so now, almost 20 years, really close to 20 years. The hardcore truth has been out there, right? And each year, you got to think of each year from the time Apostle Badal, the truth has been growing, and even the understanding has been growing to the point that now you could just confidently, with confidence, say you have the 100% truth now, right? Yeah, it says come back right here. It's, Isaiah 24 and 10. The city writhes in confusion, right? So look up that word writhes.
Writhe.
Writhe. Make continual twisting, squirming movements or contortions of the body, right? So basically just going all crazy, right? Yeah, discomfort, right? Yeah. A violent or unpleasant feeling or thought, right? And that's ultimately what this place is provoking in people, right? Suicide is up high, right? Violence is up high. Sexual immorality is up high. Because what happens? A lot of times, what you do is when you're stressed out and you're doing things, you try to do things to bring you comfort. Oh yeah, comfort food. Not to mention that people are getting glutton and things because it's a way to seek some type of comfort. But it said you're in discomfort, right? Right. So a lot of people go into having sex and so they can feel loved. Everything's about I need to feel like I'm something because I need sex. Because that's the only way I can feel like I'm loved. So people go out and commit adultery and things of that nature, and then end up getting sexual diseases, right? Because they need to be loved because they wasn't feel like they were loved at home enough or whatever it may be, right? Or they eat a lot, right? Trying to get some type of comfort, which that's why they call it comfort food, right? Yeah. So with all that different chaotic stuff that's going on, and chaos, the discomfort that's going on, every house is locked and kept out, locked to keep out intruders. Ooh, hey, we're coming in a time. Hey, man, we're coming in a time of Yaiquab's trouble, man, where all this confusion is going to catch up, and so you're going to be caught unawares. You're going to have no food. People are going to have food, so they're going to be looking to be basically they're going to be jackals, right? I believe that's jackals or foxes, right? Hyenas, living hyenas, right? Because these are scavengers. They're gonna turn into these scavenger hunter type situations, right? And you're gonna have to try to lock up and try to keep people out from invading your house, right? Yeah, you have to try to keep intruders out of your house, right? It says, yeah, because all this is confusion. The government, and matter of fact, even they're talking about, Trump is talking about making a whole year celebration for 2025 and having nothing but all these different events always constantly happening. Why? To keep people occupied. Why a lot of different laws and different things are going to be passed. Why they're about to come in and invade on you. All your so-called civil liberties are out the window. It says, yeah, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Right? Yeah. Because, hey, man, in that time of Yaiquab's trouble, when there's a lack of food and bread, while you're clinging on to bread and circus, or you're just clinging on to all this, you get on YouTube and you just sit there and scroll a bunch of madness, and everybody got their own opinion, their own way of teaching, and all these other different things. But there's really only one book, and there's really only one truth, right? And the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have that, man. So, but you have to have the discernment, right? Your mind can't be blinded or hardened so you could see it, because ultimately you got to have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to unlock that, right? You got to pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that he opens your understanding, right? But people are calling on God and Jesus, right? Which I don't like to say that, but that's just what it is. They like to call on God and JC, and that ain't it. Or Allah or Buddha or whatever, or you just want to worry about getting healthy, or you just want to go out and have sex because it makes you feel comfortable, because it makes you feel good, because they're all into me. It feels like I'm cool. I feel famous. I feel great because people look at me like I'm attractive and I'm sexy, right? And you're craving for attention, right? And the only way you feel good is if you got attention of people. Well, the world is about to collapse, man. That's what it's saying. This place is collapsing. There is cries for wine in the street, and there's coming a time that the Lord is about to make the famine of the word, and you're going to be crying for the wine, or you're going to be the wine, meaning the word, man, right? The wine meaning the scriptures, man, right? The one thing that gives you comfort is the scriptures, right? The true understanding, the 100% truth that we get through the apostles of GMS, right? It gives you comfort, man. That's that wine. There is a cry crying for wine in the streets. All the joy is darkened, right? Because pretty soon this place, you're gonna realize America's gonna get real dark, right? The mirth, right? All the happiness and going and celebrating the bread and circus, all the celebrating your birthdays and all that shit is about to be out the window, man. Right? All this Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the madness that you did during Halloween, right? Giving your children over to Molech. All that stuff is going to come to an abrupt end real soon, right? Because they're already talking about the agenda of 2025, man. The year 2025 is about to be your hell. 2025, 2026, all hell is, there's going to be, all hell is about to break loose 2025, 2026, right? So you better be ready, man, right? Because all the mirth of the land is gone, man. So all you can see it now. America do not feel like America no more. Thanksgiving don't feel like Thanksgiving alone. Go 10 years back. Think about 10 years ago. when Thanksgiving, it felt good. People were out smiling. They were buying stuff and how you doing? Happy holidays and all this other stuff. You walk around now. See how many people tell you happy holiday. See how many people hi and say wave at. That's not even happening. People are walking around mean mugging all day, every day. But wait till the bread and circus is done. Wait till the economy completely collapsed and they're looking to come invade your house to look for some food. There ain't gonna be no grocery store. The grocery store is gonna be your house, right? You have to be locked. It says, and every house is locked to keep out intruders. So your house is gonna be locked up to keep out intruders from trying to come shop. They coming to shop at your house. They can come see what you have because there ain't gonna be no grocery stores no more in that day. So all this confusion is going on, right? The city is left desolate, right? And the gates smitten, right? All the protection that they're supposed to have, the what are they supposed to have? They're supposed to have this you're supposed to have your well, there's two things. You're supposed to have your Social Security that's supposed to protect you in case when at times hard, right? You're always supposed to be able to rely on your Social Security, and you're supposed to be able to rely on your unemployment, right? But now they try to make unemployment fucking hard to go through, right? Which that's your money, and you shouldn't have to go through a whole bunch of loops and hoops to get money that belongs to you. It's your unemployment, right? But that's the way it is. But all that's going to be out the window, and not to mention the gates being their nuclear defense system. It's broken down. Why America was so-called this great place and they were just smiling, going around the world trying to police everybody. They wasn't thinking that any of this was going to fall upon them, and they never did fix and make sure that they updated the defense system. So now they're behind times. Now they're trying to race to try to, and so they're dumping a lot of money into the defense system, but it's all broken down. It's too late, right? So that's two things: your Social Security and all the things that's supposed to protect you as a defense, because money is a defense, wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. And because a lack of wisdom, they didn't fix the Social Security problem, nor did they fix their military defense system. Slakia. And it says the gates is smitten with destruction. Hey, so when the ICBM missiles come, man, the gates are going to be smitten with destruction. So I like this one right here. It says mobs gather in the city. See, that's ultimately what? That's going to be time of race wars and riots when the money collapse. Once the dollar finally collapsed and they're forcing you to get the Karagma in order for you to buy and sell, there's going to be mobs of people gathered in the street. And I believe it's a mob meaning mob also, I believe mob means massacre, or no, yeah, what you call them, so, mobs, and then you got the because I believe it means massacre, right? You got mob, and I believe the other word is what's it called? Slakia. Mob. Masses. That's what it is. Slakia. The masses. You got the mob. You got the masses, which basically where you get the word mob comes from masses, and the masses mean massacre. So a lot of you are going to get killed. You're going to get murdered, right? You're going to gather, right, to get massacred, like that movie. Was it said? Keep Silent or whatever. When that lady, she was walking, and all the people came out. They were trying to walk towards to get help, but she walked the opposite direction. All those people got massacred, which is showing you that the road to destruction is wide. So a lot of people are going to get destroyed going into that road of destruction, but the road to righteousness is narrow. So she was going in the opposite way that they were going basically going down that narrow road, which is going to be a lot more dangerous, right? And she was basically was going to do it all by herself, right? I forgot the name of that movie, but you're supposed to be quiet with all these little. I guess they were showing it. Basically, they were showing it was like the angels. If you think about it, spiritually, that was supposed to be like the angels because they were showing it was like aliens that came down, and the only way you could do it, you had to be quiet, and it wouldn't kill you or something like that. So but it was spiritual because really they were showing us like the angels. And the only way you didn't get destroyed is if you were going down that narrow path, so to speak. So, but it says, yeah, because mob meaning massacres, which you're gonna gather together to get destroyed. Gather in the streets, right? Right? People gonna be out there fighting and this and that, fighting over the last bit of bread and the food and the grain and the beans and shooting and killing each other, right? Crying out for wine, and they're gonna be looking for the elders, right? Apostle Rakah, right, did a lesson speaking about people going to be and the elders in Dallas spoke about people going to be looking for answers, and that's ultimately what it is. People going to be looking for answers. They're going to be crying out for wine. They're going to be crying out, hey, what's going on? Why this that? Then, where's those prophets at? Where are those men that was talking about the Bible and we knew it was true, but we were just like, you just hoping that it didn't really happen. You know what I mean? I'm hoping it sounds more believable than what we hear in church. That's why people have left the Christian churches on a mass scale. But at the same time, they just hoping, damn, I hope what them dudes are saying ain't right. I hope it don't really actually come to pass. But once it do, it's going to be like, oh, where are they at? I knew it was something about it that was right, but I was just hoping it wasn't right. But hey, it's going to be too late. Joy was turned into gloom. Hey, and that's the time that you're living in. You're living in a time that your joyous moments are going to turn into gloom, man. Gloominess or gloom, gladness has been banished from the land. See, hey, and gladness is going to be banished from the land amongst you Babylonians, amongst you. What do you? This is Egypt, right? You Egypt, man. You Egyptians, you Babylonians, and you Egyptians, you Satyrians and Romans, right? You Greeks, right? Because that's all the fashions that you follow under, right? The Christmas, the Easters, all these fashions that you follow. Hey, that's what makes you like those people, and which ultimately means your destruction. The city is left to ruins. The gates, was it battered down? Yeah, right, battered down, right, man. Hey, and ultimately, what those ICBM missiles coming from Russia, even from England. Your mother should be so ashamed of you. Hey, England's gonna shoot missiles on you. Iran, North Korea. Hey, man, all these places are gonna shoot so many missiles upon this place, man. And your defense system is gonna be battered down, right? When you think of what do they do to break into a castle? They use what's it called, a battering ram. Bow. And what these battering rams are gonna be ICBM hypersonic missiles, man, right? Yeah, so this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, right? So these people, they ain't thinking about instructing you, right? I don't know if you heard about over in the UK or Europe, right? Their government is sending them letters how to survive how to survive wars in the street, riots and wars in the streets. Your government haven't sent you any pamphlets or papers about how to survive a war in the streets. And even with that, how did that help you? Right? How did that really actually help you? See, a place like Russia, they said they got bunkers throughout the whole city that it's able to save the entire city of Moscow. They got bunkers, nuclear bunkers, tested, ready, that they know it will survive a nuclear blast. And they got it for their citizens, not just for the elite. They got it for the entire city of Moscow, looking out for their people. Where's your bunker? Where's the average everyday American? When I'm so proud, America's the greatest place in the world. Well, if it was the greatest place in the world, wouldn't they have had bunkers for you? Even in the 50s or even in the 80s when they were having this Cold War, why wouldn't they just automatically, naturally starting to build bunkers and things like that for each city? No, they were building bunkers for the elite. They show you that in Terminator, the Terminator movie. The guy and the girl goes into a old military base bunker that even they decided not to use it. They was like, that was beneath the elite, even the elites. So so that's how many bunkers they had, that they decided that thing was obsolete because it had old technology. at a database or whatever it was. It was all old technology, but they went to that thing. But that was for the elite. That was for the military. That was for the president or whoever, whatever, the governor, right? For somebody that's elite. So they show you that in these movies that they're prepared. So a wise judge will instruct his people, and a government of a prudent man is well ordered. Man, this place is fucking chaotic, man. This I just said it. It's chaos, right? Right? It's nothing but straight confusion. It's confusion all over the place. All these different religions and different this and that. You said you're a God-fearing country. There's no way in the world I run a country. That's why the Lord has to come back, because there's no way we're going to run the world and you get to worship whatever you want to worship. That's not going to happen. You're going to worship what we worship, and you're going to worship it the way we say to worship it, right? There ain't no freaking way, man. It says as the judge of the people is himself. So, hey, Donald Trump is confused. He's pretending to be a Christian, right? Which all of you are pretending to be Christians. You're anti-Hamashiach, right? So all of you are pretending because showed you what the real Messiah looked like. None of you went and turned around and said, hey, man, let's do something to show that we are apologetic for doing this to God's people. You haven't did it. You ain't gonna do it. You're gonna come against us, right? You're coming to kill us. So you ain't apologetic, right? Vocab, you're not an apologetic, and you are anti-Hamashiach, right? So are the officers, right? So the police try to kill us, right? Because they're really about the elite, right? They have to do the duty of what the elite say, and the elite say that we're their enemy. All the stuff that's going on in Israel, they getting bombed from Hamas and what's the other one? Hamas and the Houthis and all this other madness, right? But the lady, the so-called Jewish woman, the small hat lady, gets on there and say, so what's your biggest problem? She said, the young black youth of America. What? You're being bombed by Hamas and let's not forget, Iran just sent 100, almost 200 missiles at you. But your biggest problem is the young black youth of America. But it shows you that even their officers, right, because they have to do that. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, which this is Babylon the Great. That city, right? Babylon, mystery Babylon, but it's not a mystery anymore. That city, Babylon, or the city of confusion, that's this place, right? What manner of man the ruler of the city is, which are all they that dwell therein. In this place of America, it's all about freaking confusion. And you're all in confusion, right? Even my mama, man, like Apostle Hart said, even my mama in confusion, right? And the Lord's going to destroy her if she don't repent. But she ain't going to repent. She think JC is the way. But you're going to find out in a minute that JC ain't the way. You're going to find out you were in great danger, and you didn't listen to your son, and you want to say, well, that's your God. That ain't my God. Well, you're going to find out you're right. It's not your God, and you're going to be destroyed, man. Whether you like it or accept it or not, right? Such are they that dwell therein, right? It says unwise king, right? Hey, every president of the so-called United States is very unwise, right? Who takes the gold standard off from the dollar bill? That's what ultimately made you have the most money in the world, because you had your money backed by this gold, right? Who does that? Right? You're foolish. Then you had all the what is it called? The third industrial system or whatever it's, because we're supposed to be in the fourth industrial, which is basically putting all you into debt through the charagma, right? Right, the mark of the beast, right? Which all of you are basically property, right? And payment towards the elite, which that's what they're gonna do. Those who get down with it and don't die in these race wars and when the calamities, when the things come, when people are rioting in the streets, whoever lives out of all that, and then they feel like, oh no, I don't want to die of starvation, and give over themselves over into the system, right? So you can have the image and the mark and the name of the beast, right? So you could buy and sell and save your life, so you can eat, so you can live, so you can get some type of normality, right? The new normal. Hey, that's when you called this man your God, and now there's no way the Most High, the God of the Bible, can do anything for you, man. Right? There's no forgiveness for taking that, man. So the unwise king destroyeth his people, right? And that's ultimately what this is. This place is destroyed, and the people of this place is destroyed, man. Right? At the end of the day, you believe in JC, you believe in Allah, you believe in anything else but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and in the way we teach it. Not just saying you believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you could break down and show that we the Israelites in the Bible, right? You got to believe it in the way we say it, man. Right? The Charagma is the RFID chip, Michael C. Hip, right? And America's Babylon the Great, man. The self-proclaimed so-called white man God don't love, right? Of the elite, right? The elite, mostly what he talking about, but the Lord's judging you as a nation, right? We talking about that, mostly talking about the elite, right? Because they're the one who's running and ruling this thing, right? But the Lord's going to judge you as a nation, right? You raped, robbed, and murdered, and stole, and things, and put yourself in a high and lofty place. Well, you got to come down. That belongs to Yahweh Shai. So, hey, you got to teach the way we teach this thing, man. So it says, the unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them, right, which the elect, right, which are in authority of the city, shall be inhabited, right? And that's us. That's really dealing with the elect, because we gonna have the authority when everything is destroyed in the lake of fire, and you see all the places is getting burned, and we get beamed up in the chariot, and we're looking down on the glass floor. We're looking at through a looking glass, looking down, seeing the reward of the wicked. Boom. After that's done, when we come down, we're gonna have that. We're gonna be the only ones that's prudent to control the city, control the world. We're only one gonna have the authority to put all you nations in subjection and put you into chains, man, and to habit this world the way it's meant to be inhabited, right? Yeah, see, the power, matter of fact, the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh. See, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. See, the power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And in due time, he will set over it one that is profitable. See, Yahweh Shai. So, hey, so through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, hey, the elect out of the elect is going to be profitable under Yahweh Shai, man. We're going to be the one that's profitable to this place, to run this place in full authority, man. The way it's meant to be, right? Right. So this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. For the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, have put in their hearts, right? Lab meaning heart, meaning lab in the Hebrew. That's how you say heart in the Hebrew. Lab meaning mind, right? Their mind, to fulfill his will. So really, all the things that the elites are doing is really fulfilling the will of the Most High, right? Which is in the scriptures. And to agree to give their kingdom unto the beast, right? Which they did. They just signed over all their power unto the UK and into the WHO, right? The World Health Organization is going to start running this place. So they gave everything over to the beast, the power over to the beast, right? Until the word of Yahweh shall be fulfilled. So all these things are going to happen. They're going to come down with great wrath, knowing that they got but a short time. All these things are going to play out. The dollar is going to crash. Race wars, famine. The people are going to be rioting the street. The masses of people, which mean massacre. So people are going to be rioting, fighting, and scratch over food and money and things, a lack of thereof, right, so to speak. And that's what's going to happen, man. That's where we're at. So it says, unto the beast, until the word of Yahweh, of the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem HaKadosh be fulfilled, and the woman, right, which is Lady Liberty, America, right, which thus saw it, is that great city, right, which reigneth over the kingdoms, the kings of men, kings of the earth, right, because America goes around the world bullying everybody. They got military bases in all these different places, so they're basically the kings. They're the king. They're over the kings of the earth, man, right, because of that. Which that city is what? Upon the upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, right? Which is not a mystery anymore. We know it's America, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, which is this place, the mother of harlots, which you could do anything you want to do, prostitution, sell yourself, Moism, right? Guy with a guy, woman with a woman, right? You could do all these manner of different things here, right? You could just straight up be, into harlotism, be a harlot, right? And abominations, right? You can eat whatever amount of food, what kind of abominations you can wear. A woman, right? Because the Lord said if a woman puts on a man's garment, she's an abomination. So even just in that, women put on men garments. It says a man put on a woman's garment are an abomination to the Lord, right? So these things go on in America, Babylon the Great, which show you that this place is a place of abominations, man. Just that in itself, abominations of the earth. And that's not including all the like I said, the unlawful sex that you could do here, adultery, and all sorts of manner of different things that you could do here, right? Proves that this is the place of abomination and whoredom, right? Yeah, I'm gonna continue on. It says, and I saw the woman, which is Lady Liberty, Babylon the Great, daughter of Babylon, drunk with the blood of the saints, right? That's you Israelites, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? And you Israelite foreigners, right? Because, just because you look a certain way, you look like a so-called white man or whatever, or so-called Chinese, or so-called African, so-called East Indian, really your bloodline goes back to Israel, right? Because it's a bloodline thing. It's not a color thing, so to speak. But color is an indicator, right? But it's not a definite, right? Right? Just like what it says, 100 years of lynching. A lot of them dudes were so-called Italian dudes, which they knew that a lot of them Italian go back to the Moors, right? That spirit is in the earth, right? So, they got hung too, and the 100 years of lynching, right? So it says it's a book, but they show you all the lynching, all the different things that they've done here, and the daughter of Babylon, Mother Liberty, the woman Liberty, right? Right, drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs, and that's us right now. The elect is going to be martyrs, man, because they're going to come after us, but we're going to stand for the truth. We're going to be unmovable, man, unmovable in this truth. We're gonna be willing to be beheaded for the name of Yahweh sake, man, right? Of course, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh, but Yahweh ultimately, man, because he's the one who died for us, man, right? We got to make sure his name shines, man, over ours, man. Right? Yeah, see? Martyrs of Yahweh Shai. Come on now. Come on, you can't make that up. And it says, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. Yeah, because it looks, this place, when you first, it's smoke and mirrors, man. And that's what they about to give you. A lot of bread and circus pretty soon. Give you a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's gonna seem beautiful. Like, wow, that's cool. You can go on rides. You can go to Disneyland. You can go to Six Flags. You can do this. You can go on an escalator, go in the mall and shop and buy the nice perfumes and colognes and some nice shoes and driving a nice Rolls Royce or Bentley or Mercedes or BMW. You know what I mean? What's the new cars? The other ones that everybody get into? What is it? The Hellcats, and man, it gets you with its beauty and admiration. It's gorgeous, right? Yeah. So this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 8, right? Because it's like I said, when talking about the king and his officers, right? Because a king that rules a place, so is his officers, right? And this is how the elite think, right? So it says Psalms 10 and 8, he sitteth in lurking places, right? You see the police, that sometimes they be sitting behind the thing with their little radar gun out, and sometimes they just sitting around waiting for something to happen so they can pounce. Oh yeah, let's do a stop and frisk that looks like one of those black guys, right? And they what do they call it? They give you a what's it called? They basically they got their way to look at a suspect, and every suspect that they had. Oh, I seen the suspect. And he was black. It was a black guy. He was just, yep, you know what? He was your size. Yep, I think he was wearing that same color shirt. You know, the stop and frisk type thing. You know, right? That's what they do. You know, and sometimes the report comes out that what might have been but the guy had a different color shirt on. He had different color pants. And maybe even it was a different shade of brown, because every so-called black person is not black, right? Not a dark, real super dark brown, right? Which that's ultimately what it is. We're brown people. But these people, man, and that's that's confusion in itself, right? The city of confusion, to call you black when you're brown. And then you're many different shades of that brown, right? Mahogany. Even they'll give you these things under the wood, mahogany and cherry wood, and they'll break all these things that come down from brown trees and break them down into all these different what's it called, walnut trees, all these different ways that they break down. So you could say that but for you're just black. So because like me, I'm a light skinned, but as light skinned, they're gonna say you're a black guy, which makes no sense at all, right? But that's confusion. But he lurks. He sitteth in lurking places in the valleys, right? Which is the low place. This place has low conditions, man. Very low in morals and everything, right? But this is low valleys, right? Low morals, low conditions. They don't, you know what I mean? People don't care about themselves. They're doing all sorts of piercings all on their face. The Apostle Har showed a thing with some so-called black woman, right, with her tongue cut up like a snake's tongue. Just a bunch of madness, confusion, right? In secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor, right? Oh, yep. Let's go to the ghetto and let's do stop and frisk. And let's get him out, put him down. Let's do some George Floyd stuff, put our knee on his neck, and let's murder him. And then say, hey, we did nothing wrong. We were doing our job, right? Phileo Castile, pop, 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 pop. Let's just shoot him. He was reaching for something. After you told him he needed his license and registrations. And to show you that he had, I believe he had right to have a weapon, right? But you were afraid he had his wife and his daughter. There's no way he's thinking to get in a shootout with you with his wife and daughter in the car. Maybe if he was alone, maybe, but even then, we know that's what you, hey, they sit in secret places, doeth he murder the innocent, his eyes are privily set against the poor, right? And the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations, they're set against you, man. I used to work on the reservation. They say how many times the cops have shot at them working on their reservation. He lieth in wait in secretly as a lion in his den, right? They waiting because to them, you see in the movies, man. You see because the movies are play on real life, man, right? They know these things happen in real life. When you say life duplicate art and art life duplicates art and art duplicates life. No matter how you see it, in order for a movie or a thing to seem real, you have to duplicate life, real life, things that's actually going on. So you know that it's real. Just like Apostle Gabar always goes into comedy, right? Which they tell the truth. A lot of the time they tell the truth in comedies and jesting, right? In order for you to know, to have a good joke or a punchline or to be entertaining, it has to be some type of truth to your entertainment, right? Even like the false prophets that's out there, they have to have some type of truth in order to bring out their falsehood, right? So it says, as a lion in his den, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth draweth him unto his net, right? You got the speed traps. They got the so-called what they call the ghetto in itself. They a dope house. That's why they even call it a trap them in them damn selves, right? I'm in the trap house. Well, yeah, you don't know. You're calling it like that, like it's supposed to be cool, but yeah, you are in the trap. You're in the ghettos. You're in the projects. That's what it is. A government project to see how many people are gonna try to climb out and how many you're gonna try to pull them back down, back into the pits, down into the gutter, right? Instead of helping and building together, even through relationships, right? You had a man and a woman together. We live in the same house. Why would we be fighting against each other or competing to see who's the best instead of bringing each other up, lifting each other up, making sure we both have nice clothes and nice things and nice cars and nice vehicles? I'm not going to make sure I have good thing and you don't have nothing nice. That doesn't make sense. But this is the type of thing that try to bring you down and have that thing because their government and their city is not ran by in prudency. It is ran in confusion, right? But they're really good at catching you in the net. Drugs and things are shipped here. You don't grow that drugs is grown in Colombia and all sorts of places. Heroin coming from goddamn Afghanistan. But then you the one going to jail and prison for some stuff that got flown in from Afghanistan. You got guns and machine guns. Where is these guys getting these what is it called? They call it switches. You in the get you this ain't never had a job in his life. He's 35 years old, never had a job in his life. He got a pocket full of money and a goddamn Glock 17 with a switch on it that'll blow somebody's head off in 3 seconds because it's now automatic. Where did he get this from? Because he was selling drugs that got flown in from goddamn Tibet somewhere, man. But that's that trap. That's that net, man. He catcheth and humble. Oh, it's like he croucheth and humble himself. And amen. And that's ultimately what all these devils do, man. Even during the time of the George Floyd thing, they after a while they started having so-called police officers come out there and hold hands and kneel with them. Man, you're full of it, man. And you Jakes fell for that, man. Went out there and held hands, man. We ain't here to hold hands with Heyman Malone, right? We ain't here to hold hands and sit across the table for and shake hands and say we won't have dialogues with the devil, man. We ain't with that, right? He croucheth and humbled himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that military, because what? Things gonna be what? Peace and safety. And a lot of you think, hey, Trump is finally in office. The stock market's finally going good. It looked like people are starting to get jobs and starting to make money. Hey, in that time of peace and safety, man, hey, utter and sudden destruction is coming to this place, man. Yeah, so this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, ye take good heed and beware of him. Right? You got to beware of this devil, man. Right? This place of Babylon, the confusion, man. Right? Where he sets up things so that his officers can hide and search you out, beat you up. But then somehow, overall, you forget about all those things, and now this guy's your friend because he come crouching, right? Come crouching and he humbled himself, right? And though he humble himself and go crouching, Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thus shall be unto him as if thus hast wiped a looking glass, right? You need to be able to see. You need to wipe that down. Yeah, was it a telescope, binoculars? You need sometimes some specks of dust or something gets on it. You gotta wipe it down so you can put your binoculars and zoom in on it small. So you what is a scopeo, right? Right, to scope this guy out, man. You gotta take good heed, man. Right? The way you look at him like as wiped a looking glass, and thus shall know that his rust has not altogether been wiped away, man. Under this great place of Babylon, the confusion, all that rust, him coming to crouch and pretend like he's nice to you and this and that all of a sudden you needed to vote for Donald Trump and this was going to be your best year yet and all this other stuff, man. Hey, you could throw that out the window, man. Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 47. I come here just to show you that when I'm talking about Babylon, it's talking about America, right? It's the daughter of Babylon. It's not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about this new Babylon, which is spiritually Babylon, which is the daughter of Babylon. It says Isaiah 47:1, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. See, what all these things is going on, what they're not telling you is America is on its way out and never to rise again, never to come back again. America is fallen, right? Right? Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon. See, that's America. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon, right? Which have never had any type of real true calamities happen. Never had an enemy come and attack it. But these ICBM missiles are going to come from Russia. They're going to come from Ukraine and what is it? Iran and North Korea and even England and France and Spain, whoever on the European nations have nukes. All them nukes are going to come over here into America, but they're not telling you that, man. They're giving you some false hope that Trump is going to go out and shake a couple of hands and make a couple phone calls, and you know what? Now prophecy is going to be out the door. Now what the Most High say ain't going to happen because this guy made a couple phone calls, right? They're tricking you. That's in itself the city of confusion, right? Because that's what Babylon means. Babal meaning confusion, right? It says and sit on the ground, right? Because this place is going to be completely utterly destroyed, right? Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, right? Which going to the Babylonians, the Chaldeans, they were all in cahoots with each other, witchcraft, doing all sorts of a manner of different seances and spells and things to keep you all manipulated, keep you all in a trance, right? So you think all these things are going and everything's okay. Well, all the thing it's falling apart, and there ain't no mirth in the city anymore, as you could see. It ain't happy go luck as it used to be. But wait until it really hits. Wait till the calamity really hits. Wait till the stock market really hits. Wait till they really force you to put the Karax and graphel in you, and then you're gonna really feel the pain, man. But some of you might just willingly give yourself over. You gave yourself over to the jump shot. So a lot of you are going to try to willingly give yourself over to that. But even then, you're going to have something come upon you then. You're going to have grievous sores. Those things cause cancer, right? So, hey, either which way, you're not really going to save yourself ultimately. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thus shall no more be called tender and delicate. Hey, that's just giving you the understanding that when it's talking about Babylon, the daughter of Babylon is what we're talking about. That's it. That's this place, America, Babylon the Great, the city of confusion, right? Yeah, so this is our 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. It says in the KJV, I'm going to read KJV first, and then I'm going to read the NLT. It says, when they shall say peace and safety, right? Let's vote for Donald Trump, put him in office. He's gonna come crouching. Yeah. I want the black vote. Blah 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 blah. All this other stuff, which you're not black, right? Which in itself shows you that they don't love you, right? They keep calling you black, mean they don't love you. They call you African American, they don't love you, right? They're not putting you in a state to say that you're the Israelites. That's confusion in itself. To call you black is confusion. The city of confusion, which a lot of you Israelites are in confusion, right? You're all over the place, right? It says, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And that's ultimately what's happening, man. That's ultimately what's about to happen. That's ultimately what they're building up to. The Agenda 2025 is ultimately setting up for sudden destruction, right? Because the crazy thing about the thing with Trump, he was talking about Agenda 2025 before he left office the first year when he ruled over Babylon, right? For that 4 years. He went out of office. He was talking about 2025 then. But just amazingly, what happens is he becomes president again right before the 2025, which he was pushing digital IDs for all the Issacharites and all that stuff that's coming in from basically all the illegals, not just Issacharites, but you now you have you got Naphtali and Asher and all them others coming up here, right? And you still got Benjamin that comes, because Benjamin, even though the Virgin Islands and Jamaica is just right there, they're still considered supposed to be so-called foreigners, right? I remember there was a dude like that when I was in high school. He was a Benjaminite, but he was supposed to be from Jamaica. And one time he was at school, then he wasn't there for a while. And then later on, I seen him again. And he was, well, hey man, what happened? I ain't seen you in a while. He said, yeah, I ended up getting deported. He got deported back to Jamaica, right? And this was in the 90s, when I was in high school. It's like 95, 96, 97, somewhere like that. And that happened then. So how much more now when they're gonna find a way to have these digital IDs? Oh, we got to find out who's all here. All you need is a couple of, what do they say? A couple of pocket bombs, a couple things, a couple crises to happen. And then people they're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be in fear. Yeah, we do need to know. You're willing to give up your liberties because you think you need liberties because it's gonna be peace and safety, right? You're willing to give up your liberty for so-called peace and safety. Yeah, I don't care. Here's my ID. Here's everything here. Yeah, I'll get a digital ID. I'll get the Karagma. I'll put it in my thing because I don't have nothing to hide. I'm a straight up an American citizen. I'm a taxpayer and I love my country, right? Type situation, right? It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, right? So this is NLT. It says, when the people are saying everything is peaceful, right? Donald Trump's in office now. Everything's going to be all peaceful. Everything's going to be peachy keen now. Nah. Then and secure, then distractions, disasters will fall upon them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains beginning, and there will be no escape. And that's ultimately what's happening right now, man. All you people are in peace and safety. You think everything's going to go good. Everything's good in America. But the Lord said he's about to take the mirth out of this place. The stock market is going to crash, and you're going to know it's going to be race wars and riots. It says it's going to be riot. It's going to be fighting in the streets. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, man. That's what's coming. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 57, thy children shall die of hunger. That's what's going to come. Your children are going to die of hunger. And thus shall fall. Yeah, and thou shall fall through the sword. The cities shall be broken down. See, we talked about that earlier. Shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field, right? The field being the world, man. The whole world is going to feel this, man, because everybody's interconnected with the dollar bill. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood, right? Cannibalism's coming back. For very hunger of bread and thirst of water, the unhappy, what? Thus as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. See? Hey man, the Lord is finna plague this place as he did Egypt again, right? But also the plagues are gonna be what them ICBM missiles, man. But people gonna get sickness and riots and War and dead bodies. What a bunch of dead bodies going to do to things? It's going to leave a lot of bacteria and filth and things around in the air. And you might just get sick from that, right? And in the passage, they shall rush on, right? The ICBM missiles. Yeah, they're going to rush on the idol city, right? The ICBM missiles are coming, right? The plagues, the ICBM missiles, and they shall destroy some portion of the land and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. See, so this place, Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, is going to be destroyed, and hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things, because that's what they told us that we were going to go through, right? That we were going to have to come to our the one who was over us, right? Put us in slavery. But that's thus with violence have you gotten great riches. Thus with violence shall you fall, man. Right? Yeah. So this Revelation chapter 18 verse 21. Then a mighty angel plucked up a boulder like the size of a huge millstone. He threw it into the ocean. Right, which really supposed to be sea, meaning people. Right, the people. And shouted, just like this, the great city, right? Babylon the Great, right? America. The great city, Babylon, will be thrown down with violence and will never be found again. See? So this place is out of here. So it says, in the King James KJV, Revelations 18:21, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence." See, and that's how did you get America? How did you get the world? Right? How do you have all these military bases throughout all the world? Through violence. Thus with violence shall that great city, Babylon, right? City, daughter of Babylon, that great city, mystery Babylon, that city, right? Be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. So this place is done, finito, right? So with all that, I'll give all praises, no honor, no glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, right? To the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners, whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel, through your father, and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and a Baba Ball.